Hi friends, Sarah here. I make videos about sustainability on this channel, so if you want to see more of that, make sure to subscribe. Now, to make it ultra super clear, you watching this video are not to blame for our climate crisis. As individuals, we're limited by the systems that we live in. So to me, climate justice and climate justice activism is really about doing those personal changes in our lives within reason, but really focusing on those big systems changes through political activism. It's like your zero waste kit. We've got different tools for different climate crisis solutions. Your fork is divesting from fossil fuels and investing in clean energy, the most necessary and impactful tool. Maybe your spoon is regulation of big agriculture, and your knife is stopping deforestation. But then there's your straw. You need it sometimes, it's pretty, it's nice to have, but you can't eat lasagna with the straw. And yes, if you didn't guess, your straw is like personal impact solutions to climate change. Well, mostly because people crave tangible solutions to big intangible problems like climate change. And we also love when our behaviors match our values. There's also a case that some of these solutions, especially the ones I'm about to share, can have a sizable impact. Okay, so let's get to those 9 solutions that you can enact in your daily life according to Project Drawdown, which is a big research project of fellows and researchers who created 80 solutions to reverse climate change. P.S. I've also rated it on a 100% arbitrary Sarah scale of time, money, and privilege as well. Meat-rich diets take a lot of resources, which is why shifting to a plant-rich diet is Drawdown solution number 4. However, if you're not used to cooking and meal prepping, plant-rich diets can be more time-intensive. Also, plant-rich options that center vegetables and legumes as the heart of a dish are usually cheaper, meat and dairy alternatives are still more expensive. Plant-rich diets also have accessibility issues, whether it's you have to eat a certain diet for health reasons, or the cultural aspect of traditional cuisines that are centered around meat. Solar energy has the potential to be a clean and unlimited source of energy, which is why installing rooftop solar is Drawdown solution number 10. But this process can be really time intensive because if you're trying to figure out what solar panels are best for you, and obviously the biggest barrier is you have to have a home and own your home. Mostly for that reason, I give this a 7 on the privilege scale, and money-wise, the short-term investment is a lot and not accessible for a lot of people, but over the long run, it saves people a lot of money. Did you know that about 35% of food is wasted in high-income countries? Big yikes. That's why the number 3 drawdown solution is reducing food waste. This solution involves a lot of things on the supply chain, all the way from farms to when it gets to your house and how you deal with food. So you can have a sizable impact on the portion that is directly related to your food consumption. All it takes to reduce your food waste is to meal prep and meal plan, be more creative in the kitchen, and buy only what you need. And that's why this is my favorite solution of the personal impact, because you can have such a great impact for zero cost, and it also could probably save you money if you're not buying things that you don't need. Composting is another solution that has to combine personal impact and systems impact, making it the number 60 drawdown solution. While in my liberal utopia, all cities would have municipal composting available, that's not the case yet, not even in beautiful sunny San Diego. So if you have citywide composting, please use it. Obviously after you've already reduced your food waste. But if you don't have citywide composting, consider creating your own compost, like I have. It's really cute, and I have worms, and they're so joyous. One note about composting is that if you have a home compost, you can't put anything in there that isn't vegan, so just another incentive to eat more plant-based. Did I really have to wink? I don't think I had to wink there. I actually can't believe this is a real impactful solution, but at number 33 on the drawdown scale, LED lighting is more efficient, and let's be honest, it even looks snazzier. While LED lights are still a little bit more expensive up front, they use 90% less energy in their lifetime, and if you used it for 5 hours a night, they could last 27 years. I don't think it's any secret, but I don't like cars, but I can't just say use public transit, even though it is one of the drawdown solutions, because it's on the systems-based side. If you don't have access to reliable public transportation, then it is not accessible for you. Personally, I don't own a car and I live that #transit lifestyle, but I also have a somewhat viable option here in San Diego, and I also have a ton of time that I can choose to take something that takes 2 times or 3 times longer, depending on the day. That's something that I'm very privileged to be able to do, though. So if you're limited to a 4-wheeled hunk of metal and you're in the market for a new one, choose electric, as it's the number 26 drawdown solution. This solution is an obvious 10 on the money scale and 8 on the privilege, because they are more expensive still, which hopefully in the upcoming years it will definitely decrease. So just a reminder, don't just go buy an electric car only if you're in the market. Consider buying an electric. Another transportation solution, and one I can actually get behind, is choose to carpool. This comes in at number 75 on the drawdown scale, based on raising the United States and Canada carpool commuting to work rates from 10 to 15% and having about 3 people per car. So why not get some old buds or some new ones and jam out on your way to work? How fun would that be? I recommend using the Waze carpool app if it's available where you live, because you can connect with other people and you can get rewarded for sharing. I'm actually shocked this one is on here as well. So household water savings is number 46, based on changing faucets and shower heads. Alright, this one does cost a little bit of money, but probably not too much. So I guess that's an easy, quick fix and something really, really simple to do. Smart thermostats are another nifty home solution, clocking in at number 57 on the drawdown scale. Basically, these little systems regulate temperature by understanding your wants and needs, and finally, something that actually does. It does cost a little bit more upfront to install, especially if you already own a thermostat, which most people do. And also another barrier, of course, is you have to own or have access to changing that in your home. Now, Sarah, what about the other 71 proposed solutions? Well, you probably guessed, they're system space, which means acting as an individual, I cannot do anything really to solve it, except for changing my career path toward implementing some of these goals, or really raising my voice through political activism. Another note is that Project Drawdown is a great reference point, but is definitely not the final say. One of the problems I have is that there's not really a lot of context to the why of climate change, and there's kind of a lack of cultural-based solutions. The researchers really focused on solutions that had tangible data-based results, and that kind of excludes a lot of things like carbon regulation and cultural things like trying to change consumption culture. Take these solutions as one fish in a sea of knowledge. But remember, the most unsustainable thing that you can do today is do nothing. Not like do nothing, because like if you were a blob sitting there doing nothing, that probably wouldn't have much impact. But I mean like doing nothing. That's all I have for you friends today. What solution was your favorite, and which ones do you see maybe you enacting in your own life? As always, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those down below. And as I say every time, I make videos about sustainability, so if you find that interesting, make sure to subscribe. Thank you friends for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm so glad I made this video, because now I can avoid talking about personal impact solutions and really just focus on the things that I care about, which are the political solutions. So you've seen through my ploy and the purpose of this video, and that I can just link it whenever I want. Okay, now you know. Bye!